I've written 27, 28 books and gone through the process 50 sometimes, third, fourth, fifth, sixth editions. And I've gotten pretty fast, pretty good at it, as you might imagine. But one of the things that I found out, and again, just comparing notes with you,
Yeah, yeah.
um, it's a 3-pass method. So the first pass is basically stream of consciousness. And I just try to get the ideas down. The second pass is putting everything into, logical order. So looks kind of good. And the third pass is polishing, where now it's actually coming together. And anything beyond that, it becomes different and not necessarily better. And I found that this actually works in all types of creative endeavors. For me, I should say. I'm not so sure about anybody else. But have you found anything like that?
I like how you said the 3-pass method because I always tell people, I say the hardest part about finishing a book is finishing it 3 times. First, you have like the first edit, which is kind of what you spoke about, just getting it all out there. Like Anne Lamott says, you have to have your blank blank first draft, and then you have to do the edits again a second time, and then the final edits is when you're really polishing it up and saying, "This is it. I know that done is better than perfect because there's no such thing as perfection." And what trips up most authors that I know and I work with or I coach is that they can't get past the finishing it the first or the second time. They just get stuck in books and things just sit in a file or in a notebook for years, almost decades. So I agree. It's really hard to finish. It seems simple, but writing a book is very hard to finish. We're not even getting to the launch part, where once it's finished, then you have to promote it and do all that. That's just as difficult. But just finishing it to publish, to get it out there and get over the insecurity and the imposter syndrome, in addition to writing and editing, it's a lot for people. And that's why it trips up so many people.
Before I forget, I want to ask you this. AI is so big in our lives. How has it affected DJs?
Ooh, okay. Ugh. AI. So I still firmly believe that AI does not and probably will not have the ability to read a room. And this is why I say that. I said, sure, you can detect eventually about people's heart rates and their excitement increasing. You can detect that on AI. But the beauty of a DJ is that if there's like 100 people there and there's 98 people on the dance floor, but there's 2 that are not, and they're the ones that you can't track their heartbeat, whatever, a good DJ will be able to see that person and be able to play a certain mix of different songs to get that person from standing on the wall to the dance floor. And I firmly believe that an AI can't do that. And that's the beauty of a DJ, not only being able to read the room, but be able to draw people in who are not currently on the dance floor, keep them there through just playing a song and just getting them. And so that's what I think. Then, as a DJ, then when you talk about AI artists, that's another hot topic. But I personally feel that, an AI artist will have never been through heartbreak. They will have never been through loss. And there's something about hearing a singer sing about a certain lyric they've written that resonates with them deeply, where you can just tell whether their voice is cracking, whether they're singing in the wrong key, but they don't care, whether they go on and do some ad libs. I don't see AI being able to do that. For example, Jimi Hendrix, when he played the Star Spangled Banner, people hated it. It was just, they didn't like it. Now, in retrospect, it's one of the best versions ever done. And so AI would never do what he did playing the anthem. Also, most people, the most beautiful parts of songs are actually the imperfections. Like say you stick to like a 1-5-4 kind of chord progression, but maybe you hop up to the 6th, the minor 6th, and do something strange. Like that's not predictable, and AI can't really do that and have it sound authentic. So that's kind of my thoughts on AI for DJs, and then quick thoughts on AI in terms of musicians and singers.
I'm with you on the imperfections. I think that's actually going to be a trademark of humans in the future, where now we strive for perfection in the studio, but soon it will be a badge of honor to leave the imperfections and the mistakes in, because that shows that, hey, it's the real deal.
That's where the beauty is. So yes, yeah, I agree.
Amani, what don't people know about you that you wish they did?
Ooh, yeah, I kind of put it all out there. Like R&B lover, big Mariah Carey fan. In terms and I'm sure at the end I can tell people how to contact me, but I love teaching. I love my DC sports teams, and I'm forever a student of the music business. I went to Berkeley College of Music for grad school, but I'm still learning. And like I said, like this past week, I learned something from my students I'd never learned before, and I was like, wow. And so I just say a forever learner. Yeah.
That's a good place to be, I think.
Thank you.
Definitely. Yeah. All right. What advice, and you probably do this all the time, but what advice would you give to somebody that's just trying to get into the business today?
Definitely talk to a lot of people who are currently in the business. Networking is so crucial because it's more about, because the music industry is actually pretty small. So it's more about who you know and who knows you. Don't be afraid to do internships. If you're older and you have to work, you could still do internships. Try to collaborate with people and just learn. Like, read, where's my book here? Like, read this book here is one of my favorites. Like, all you need to know about the music business. Like, just read this book, and it's on its 11th edition. So just keep reading, study, listen to different podcasts where you can listen to people who have been in the industry, because it's cyclical and people have been through it. So you can avoid a lot of mistakes by just learning and reading. So that's the advice I would have. I tell people, stay curious, be very, very cognizant of who you have around you, because if you have the wrong people around you, that can derail your career or set you back for 5, 7, 10 years. So just surround yourself with some great people. If you're the smartest person in the room, you need a new room. That's what I'll say.
That's great. You mentioned podcasts, and you have one, and you have quite a number of episodes so far. When did you start?
So the Amani Experience podcast, that one started. Whew, I think it started like in the mid 2016. Now I shifted into another one, Adventures in Business Live, with my co-host Manny Graziano. We're up to over 200. And I think it's just a good medium to interview people. Once again, it's like a master class with whomever you're interviewing, because you're getting to tap into that expertise. It's actually a very intimate way of networking nowadays too, because it's very memorable. So that's how many episodes, and that's why I love the podcasting medium.
I got to tell you, you'll appreciate this. So this is number 599 that we're doing.
Oh, sweet. I'm honored.
Yeah. And what happened was we were switching to a different host, and all of a sudden, all of them went away. 11 years worth of podcasts disappeared. And I thought, no problem. They're on Spotify or Apple Music, but no, the feed was gone, so they were gone as well. So I panicked for a day and a half, and luckily we were able to get them back. But it was like, oh, are you kidding me? Do I have to start from the beginning again?
No, yeah, that's good. I've been there. So good thing you waited a day and a half.
Yeah, right. No, I would have freaked out otherwise. All right, last question then. What's the best piece of advice that maybe you learned along the way, or maybe somebody imparted to you?
I'll go with like the done is better than perfect, because a lot of times we get so focused on making every little thing we do perfect that it just prevents us from moving forward. And, whether it's doing social media content, if you look at the content you're doing a year ago compared to now, of course, not going to be much better, but that's only because you just kept putting it out and not worrying about perfection. And I just see so many people just so worried or in their heads about putting out content, writing a book, writing a song, trying something new, that they just stop, and it just paralyzes them. So done is better than perfect is a good piece of advice, because that's how we learn. Like, you learn from trying things and not working, and you try again and you adjust. But most people just don't want to get in the game. So I think that's the kind of advice that really resonates with me now and can apply to so many people, particularly in the music industry.